Hi, Mike Dorfler here, president of Alarms Across America. I'm right here in our home office in Chesapeake, Virginia, and I wanted to spend a minute with you explaining to you why we decided to be an authorized ADT dealer. Just to let you know, we've now secured well over 15,000 homes and businesses right in the Hampton Roads area. All our employees live right here in Hampton Roads. We're a local company, but we strategically aligned ourselves from day one since we started in 1999 with ADT. And I got thinking about, you as a customer, if you were searching for a security company, you were probably going through a very similar process that we did as a security company, looking to align ourselves with the best possible security company. And going through this process, I believe could help you make a decision of which company would work out best for you. So back in 1999, we analyzed, actually about a year prior, we started researching security companies that we could align ourselves with to be a dealer with. And we came across many programs, and we come to find out, we knew ADT was the biggest. We knew they had a huge market share. That was actually a reason that we started looking at other companies, because we figured that, if they've got a large market share, wouldn't it make more competitive advantage to be with a company that doesn't have as big market share? But after doing our research, all right, this is what we came up with: that ADT is not only larger than their next 99 competitors combined, but there are certain reasons that are undeniable of why they are bigger, right? The fact that they secure over 90% of all Fortune 500 companies, there is a reason for that, okay? And after touring 2 monitoring facilities and looking at the tremendous great lengths that they go to of monitoring facilities, it was like, thought I was like James Bond or something. I mean, you go into one monitoring facility, the door has to lock behind you before the next door opens in order to get into the monitoring location. They use bulletproof glass, but they've used glass to keep the light in to make sure that the operators are more alert than any other company. And they have so many measures of protecting their customers that we were actually blown away by the lengths that they go. As you may or may not know, ADT has 5 command centers, monitoring centers, strategically located throughout the country, so that if something happens to one of the locations, and it has. There was a blackout in Rochester, New York one time. There has been hurricanes in Florida, and they had to shut down their Jacksonville location. There's been major snowstorms and blizzards that happened in Aurora, Colorado, that the employees could not make it in. And so what they have done, and these are the reasons they strategically located these monitoring facilities throughout the country, so that if one has to be shut down for an emergency, that you never miss a signal, never miss a phone call, because it's automatically rerouted to another monitoring facility. And when you start adding up all the things that ADT does for monitoring, there's no one better. And then you start seeing, if ADT does anything in the industry of making a change, everybody else follows, because they do their research. They're not always the very first to market with new technology, but they're always end up being the best, right? And there's a reason for that. And this was just on my heart, and just got thinking about, let me give you an example of a story. Let's say that you were ready to take one of your dream vacations with maybe you and your family, and you were so excited about this vacation, and you finally got on the airplane and you took off, and it was maybe a Hawaii or something, and it was a 10-hour flight or 12-hour flight, and so you're in the air and you're flying with your kids and you're so happy, and all of a sudden you hear boom, right? And the pilot comes on and says, folks, I got to tell you, we just lost an engine, but we have 3 more. Everything is fine. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the ride. Should be a pretty smooth ride from here on out. And you thought, well, that's a little heads up, right? But then you forget about it. But 20 minutes later, boom, you hear another engine go out, right? And the pilot comes across again and says, folks, I'm not real sure why we lost those 2 engines, but we have 2 more. We got plenty of fuel. Everything's fine. And just continue to, sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Well, 20 minutes later, yep, you hear another boom. And it's getting a little heads up now that you've only got 1 engine left. And it's about 10 or 15 minutes since the 3rd engine went out, and you know the next one is probably coming pretty quick. The pilot doesn't even come across the intercom anymore. However, there is a parachute representative there, and the good news is he's got plenty of parachutes available. In fact, he has even certain number of different brands available, and he is telling you and your family that, listen, we've got one parachute maker and company that has been making parachutes since 1874. When there's any kind of change or innovation, it is implemented and tested over and over and over into this parachute. It actually has 5 backup cords and parachutes that if something was to happen to one of the parachutes, a second one would open. And if something was to happen with that one, a third one would open, and a 4th one, and a 5th one. This company has won all sorts of awards for being the best in class in their product. They lead the industry. If they make any type of change, every other parachute company follows them. They are the best. Okay. However, I got to tell you, we've got a deal on some other parachutes made by other companies, and you could definitely save some money on these, right? They don't have any backups. Some of them might have 1 backup chute. Some of them have some facilities and practice, but nowhere compared to this. But you can save a few dollars over here with these parachutes. And folks, I already know the answer. What parachute you would take, and it's the reason why is because when it comes down to the safety of you and your family, you only want the best, and I know that. And that's exactly why we're an authorized ADT dealer, because they are the best, right? If they could save a few dollars here and there, they would do it. We want to be competitive just like everybody else. But the fact that they've put so much quality into their product and their monitoring, the price is where it's at. It's very reasonable, very affordable. But when you start taking away prices, quality has to suffer. And we never talk bad about another company or whatever they're doing. I'm just giving you the facts that, you know what, there is a reason. When you go to the top Fortune 500 companies in this country, 90% of them spend a lot of money researching, what companies is going to protect them. And, of course, many branches of the military. And how come 90% of them pick ADT. They do a whole lot more research than a lot of people, right? So with that, hope that makes sense to you. We are been authorized ADT dealers since 1999. We're going to continue. We're never going to be anything but an ADT dealer. They are a fantastic company, and they have everything in place that, you know what, if there's ever any type of innovation or, challenge, that what type of company backs them up. So with that, go ahead, and we would love to come out to your house. I'll have one of my representatives do a walkthrough, figure out what the best equipment is for your security needs, different homes, different concerns, and or you could give us a call and we could work through them as well. So with that, we appreciate the opportunity and the chance to earn your business. Please fill out the form below so we can contact you or give us a call. And with that, I wish you a great, great day. Our mission statement is to make sure bad things don't happen to good people, and that's where our focus is. And so with that, man, have a great day and blessings to you and your family.